Hello! Today we have a complete wheat pasting tutorial for you. We're going to be showing you everything from how to create the paste to the execution. And we're going to start off with a little what is wheat paste. So it is a very thin paste made out of flour and water that is very sticky, so it's good for outdoor applying of flyers and posters of all kinds. So it's good for like poles and buildings and such, and is very hard to remove, so we'll guarantee that your art or poster, whatever you're trying to put up, will stay up for a while. The recipe that I am using today is a 3/4 cup of boiling water, and then 3 tablespoons of just all-purpose wheat flour, and then a small amount of water to mix into the flour. I have tripled this recipe to fit into the container of my desired amount. So we're going to begin by boiling the water here. And just turn your burner on high, and we will just wait for that to boil. While we are doing that, I am going to prepare the mixture. Essentially, you want to end up with something milky, white, very runny. This is good. And then just keep whisking to get out any odd lumps that you happen to see. And then once our water is boiling, we will add this mixture into there. Alright. That looks pretty good. Our water is boiling now. So I'm going to go ahead and add the mixture in. And then you want to bring this back to a rolling boil while you're mixing this in. Just continue whisking. Make sure it's smooth. And you want to keep it boiling for approximately 2 to 10 minutes, just until it's thick and translucent. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove off. I think we've got a good consistency here. You want it runny, slightly translucent. So we're going to let that cool down now that we've got our wheat paste completed. And let's talk about containers now that we're waiting for that. So you want a container that is going to fit the amount of wheat paste you've made. Wheat paste is only good in the fridge for about 7 days, so you really need to make an amount that you will use, and that can go into a container as not to form mold or anything. You do want something that will seal at the top, so we've got this one. And also, you're going to be using a paintbrush to apply the wheat paste to whatever surface you choose, so you want to make sure that the container you're using has a wide mouth that will fit your paintbrush in there. Something that is good and sturdy, or like metal, glass, plastic. Really, as long as it fits those other criteria, it should work fine. And then once it cools down, we will pour the wheat paste into here. You do want to wait until the wheat paste has cooled completely before using, and then we will see you in the streets. Alright, so we are in the streets, we have our wheat paste, and we already have our flyers. But for those of you that don't, normal printer paper is the best paper for wheat pasting. It's pretty much the perfect thinness. Really, the thinner the better, but printer paper, if you have that, is the best. We're just going to talk about surfaces that you can apply these on. Wheat paste can be put on pretty much anything. My favorite spot is to do metal poles because they have a really nice smooth surface. But you can also stick them to wood or concrete poles if you only have those in your neighborhood. With the wood and concrete, however, they do take up much more of the wheat paste, so you want to make sure to really like brush it in there while you're doing it. Are there any other types of surfaces that people could wheat paste on?
People. Put it on someone's back really quick and run away. They'll be stuck with it for days.
Is there anything else?
Buses, if you're very brave, you can catch a bus as it stops.
Oh.
Ladder that thing up and just slap it on and let it take off. It's a free ad.
Oh, yes, also bus stops. The windows are good. Yeah, glass. Glass is a good surface. Or if you want to parking stations, the ones where you pay at. Pretty much anything. Cars, doors, front doors.
Yes. Parking enforcement will actually use wheat paste stickers on vehicles in Seattle when they've been parked for longer than 72 hours. It comes right off. It washes off. This is why it's a great technique. It can go on any surface, even trees, and be entirely environmentally friendly, assuming your inks are such. And no wasted staples, no metal. You can even wheat paste over staples. Yeah. We're gonna go get some flyers up right now.
Let's do it. All right, now that you have picked out your paper and you have your flyers and you've picked out your surface, we're gonna show you the actual technique and how to wheat paste. So you're gonna want another person there with you, and they're gonna hold down half of the flyer for you while you wheat paste on the surface. Whoop, that was a fumble. All right, and we'll see what that looks like. With glass, you do not need very much. And then once it looks good to you, you can switch places with your person. And then do the other half here. All right, see how that goes. All right, and it should look like that. The wood is going to be more absorbent. All right, and then let's see what that's like.
Oh, yes. You can wheat paste on anything. There was a flyer here before that I had put up, and it got ripped off. We're reapplying the message with wheat paste. So many staples right here.
All right.
Wheat paste can go where no flyer has gone before. Well, you know, can stay up where no flyer has stayed up before.
And then we'll see where that is. All right.
Yeah.
Look at that. And that's what it should look like. All right. We are home and out of wheat paste. Let's talk about the aftermath and cleanup. So, just as a good rule of thumb now, we have a ratio of, we were able to do about 10 posters with the amount of wheat paste we had. However, we were using a lot of absorbent surfaces. We did a lot of wooden poles today, so that took up way more wheat paste. You can probably stretch it farther if you do more or less absorbent surfaces, such as metal poles and glass. Just to reiterate, we did a triple batch, and that got us to 10 posters. So just to talk about cleaning, this is completely washable. It will come out with soap and water if you get it on you, and it will also come out of your cookware. So this is the pot that I used, and it's clean now. It looks a little terrifying once you've made it there's some stuff on the bottom, but it does just come right off. Yeah, that's pretty much everything, I think, how to wheat paste from start to finish. So go out and paste everything.